Thursday, the 24th of September 2020. Hello and welcome to the Joy News at 6 with me, Manuel Cranting. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, affiliate across the country and worldwide at myjoyonline.com. More than 46,000 COVID-19 cases, 37 new and 299 deaths so far. COVID is real, wear mask and stay safe. Coming up this morning, Electoral Commission fights off claims it's scheming to remove names of NDC sympathizers captured in the voters' register.
The Electoral Commission is carrying out an agenda to remove the names of its supporters and sympathizers from the voters' register. This allegation is false.
More as the Electoral Commission holds an emergency IPAC meeting to brief political parties on the challenges associated with the exhibition exercise. Also, poor state of roads and drainage systems top of the agenda for residents of Lejokuku.
All this why has Okoboy not be able to construct the road? And he went for 3 months, 2 months for election before he start doing something.
Okoboy will win this election with huge imagine.
It's another Thursday and the battleground is on. And in business,
banks to blacklist staff caught in fraudulent deals as they take steps to weed out these persons from the entire banking industry. We've got more in 15 minutes.
And later,
a horse is prepared for battle, but victories of the Lord.
All the build up to the National Science and Maths Quiz 1 stage set to come off on Monday. Stay tuned in for details. Let's settle now for the details as the Electoral Commission has dismissed claims that it is deliberately removing names of NDC supporters from the electoral roll. NDC flag bearer John Mahama expressed his displeasure over recent cases of duplication of names in the new voter register while describing the electoral process as chaotic. He argues that the EC is carrying out an agenda to expunge names of NDC supporters, but in a statement, the Commission described the allegations as false. Here, excerpt of the statement read to you.
Our attention has been drawn to statements in the media by the National Democratic Congress NDC and its flag bearer to the effect that the Electoral Commission is carrying out an agenda to remove the names of its supporters and sympathizers from the voters' register. This allegation is false. The Commission has, from the beginning of the compilation of the voters' register, lived up to its motto: fairness, transparency, and accountability.
Well, the Electoral Commission will later today hold an emergency IPAC meeting to brief political parties on the challenges associated with the exhibition exercise. We'll monitor that closely and bring you updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, the NDC's flag bearer John Mahama has scheduled a news conference to raise the matters after cutting short his campaign tour of the Bono region to focus on the allegation that names of NDC members were being deleted from the electoral roll. Stay tuned to Joy News for all the updates as they happen. Now, poor state of roads and drainage systems remain top of the agenda for residents of Lejokuku constituency. While some believe the current MP, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, deserves a second term for trying to deal with this, others disagree, saying the NDC's Benaiku deserves to be elected. Here's what to expect on Battleground this evening.
The Lejokuku constituency covers areas including Tribleu, South and North Teshinungwa estates and Abolebu. The residents, including fisher folk who ply their trade along the coast, have their own concerns.
For us as the fisher folks, they have not even finished with the projects here for us to be able to assess them.
This current MP brought a lot of harbour.
The NPP's Bernard Okoboy will be seeking to make history as being the first MP to be given a second term. The NDC's Benaiku will have none of that, but the voters will decide, and they took turns to make a case for their candidates.
You don't have to wait for all this why has Okoboy not be able to construct the road? And he went for 3 months, 2 months for election before he start doing something.
Okoboy will win this election with huge imagine. Okoboy hasn't been able to fulfill, let's say, 30% of what he promised the people of Lejokuku.
The Battleground is this evening on Joy 99.7 FM. Follow on all our social media handles for live streaming and updates, plus at myjoyonline.com. Now, the National Democratic Congress says it will establish a gold board similar to the Ghana Cocoa Board to buy gold from small-scale miners if it wins the 2020 elections. Former Deputy Finance Minister Casey Alato forcing told advancements on PM Express Manifesto Tracker Edition late last night that the board will help ensure Ghana refines more gold.
We have the small-scale mining situations that we have ourselves in. Ghana Gold Board will be buying this gold from the small-scale mining companies. Ghana Gold Board will process this gold and then sell out, just like Cocoa Board, buy the cocoa beans from the cocoa farmer, and then they actually syndicate and sell to the processors. It is there already. All what you do is to set up the gold board, give them funding so that they'll be able to buy the gold.
On the issue of job creation dominated discussions, the former Deputy Finance Minister disputed claims by the NPP that it has created about 2 million jobs so far, but Information Minister Kojo Ponkruma defended the figures.
They went about 82 organizations collapsed. He didn't pay anybody a dime. Today, they want to claim that they have credibility when it comes to deal with financial services.
Why do you take the 35,000 jobs from NIA in your analysis?
Because we believe that even temporary jobs are jobs.
Really?
He is just admitting.
But you said
he is just admitting.
The people will be out of job in 2 weeks.
He is claiming that there are 90,000 jobs that are coming from his big.
He's also admitted that there are some temporary.
The fact that there were temporary jobs. We are being forthright with it, and we are counting it as part of it.
Great.
Well, you heard the Information Minister Kojo Ponkruma there. Now, nurses and midwives will this morning begin attending to patients at the various hospitals after they called off their 3-day strike yesterday. This follows government's commitment to resolve their grievances in the next 4 weeks. The striking nurses will do their services over breakdown in conditions of service negotiations, leaving many patients stranded across the country. General Secretary of the Association, David Tenkran Chum, says he expects members to report to duty.
Well, time will tell. As far as we are concerned, they are the same people that we sat on the negotiating table with. If something changes for the better, why not we will embrace it and go back and do what we are supposed to do or what we have trained to do best.
Tomorrow, your members are back at the hospitals, correct?
That is correct. We have sent express instructions to our members.
Well, Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission of Ofosu Ampofo tells Joy News he is optimistic government will commit to the terms agreed under the negotiations.
So they came today, appeared before the commission, and then they called off the strike, and they have agreed to go to the table and negotiate with their employers. And I think that we couldn't have expected more. It's the best of the results we expected, and we got it.
You are the Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission, Ofosu Asamoah. Well, Prempeh College versus St. Thomas Aquinas SHS and Asanteman SHS is just one out of the many possible nail-biting contests to watch out for after Wednesday evening balloting for the 1-8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Winning schools at the 1-8 stage will progress to the quarterfinals of the NSMQ, but already social media is buzzing with predictions for some of the contests and permutations for quarterfinals. Maxwell Agbagba has more.
There will be 27 contests at the 1-8 stage of the competition before the quarterfinals. But even before the live balloting ended, some contests caught the attention of some Ghanaians. They say the contest between Prempeh College, Thomas Aquinas and Asanteman SHS will be fierce. Prempeh College has won the NSMQ 4 times and working hard to be at par with the 5-time winning record of Prosek Legon. But would St. Thomas Aquinas be an impediment? St. Thomas Aquinas SHS is the only day school that has won the National Science and Maths Quiz. It is the second highest scoring school in the just ended preliminaries with 65 points. They will definitely be a hard nut to crack.
Because we know we've prepared quite well. A horse is prepared for battle, but victories of the Lord.
NSMQ record holders Prosek Legon will come up against Agri Memorial SHS and another top side Sunyani SHS. It is the 1/8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz, and there is no second chance from this stage. Will your school survive? Will your school be at the grand finale? Will your school win the trophy?
Well, Maxwell Agwagwa with that report there. Time now for our Arrive Alive tip. In our Arrive Alive campaign today, the Ghana Pentecostal Council is calling for stiffer sanctions for offending road users. According to them, the current regime is not deterrent enough. Arrive Alive is brought to you by Toyota